I did not do my research before I went to Morocco, and it put me in an uncomfortable situation. The message of this video is not directed towards Morocco in particular. This applies to anywhere in the world that you're visiting. Before you go somewhere, do your proper research on the common scams in that area. Research how tourists are taken advantage of, and also just research the most common crimes. So it was my first full day in Morocco. I was in Marrakesh, and I was walking through the Medina trying to find my hostel. And if you've been to the Marrakesh Medina, you know that it's kind of confusing. A lot of the hotels are tucked away and they can be pretty hard to find. I was trying to find my hostel and I wasn't sure where to go, and this local guy comes up to me. He looks like he was a teenager, and he said, "Hey, like, are you looking for something?" And I told him the name of my hostel, and he said, "Oh, we're close by. Here, I'll show you." So he takes me on like a 45-second walk and says, "Here it is." And I'm like, "Oh my God, thank you so much. Like, thank you. I don't know if I could have found it on my own." And he goes, "Pay me for my service." And I was very taken aback because just in all of my traveling and all the times that I have been places, I have asked for directions before, but this was the first time that somebody had like demanded that I pay them. So I was like, "What?" And he was like, "Pay me for my service." And I was like, okay. In hindsight, I feel like I probably should have just went into my hostel and got a staff member to help out, just someone who's like used to how things work there. I did happen to just have a $5 US bill, and I said, "Here, this is what I have." And he was like, "No, that won't get me anywhere here," which, by the way, there is an exchange counter in the Medina. I was like, "Take it or leave it." And he just was not having it. And so I sternly said, "Take it or leave it." Kept arguing with me about it. So I reopened my wallet and happened to find a €2 coin. I'm like, I'm being serious. Like, this is really all I have. It actually wasn't all I had, but you know, what he doesn't know won't kill him. He just still wasn't having it. He's like, "I gave you really good directions." And he pointed at his cast, and he's like, "Look, I have an injury, and it was probably related to the earthquake that had really just happened before. I'm sorry that happened. That really does suck, but I shouldn't be giving you 200 dirhams for a 45-second walk. Like, that's just, no, I'm not doing that. I feel like a $5 bill and a €2 coin is sufficient." Like, and I basically told him, I'm like, "You're getting this or you're getting nothing. Take your pick." And he finally just took it, and he said sorry and then just ran off. Not that big of a deal, but if I had done my homework beforehand, I could have avoided the situation entirely. I could have refused the directions. I could have refused the help. And this is actually very common in Marrakesh. Actually, while I was there, I had 3 more people try to basically do the exact same thing to me, and I just told them no. In order to avoid uncomfortable situations, before you go anywhere in the world, research the common scams, research the ways that tourists are taken advantage of, and research common crimes in that area. Unfortunately, tourists are often an easy target. I certainly was in that situation. That experience taught me to just be aware before I go, because I'm really grateful that nothing worse happened.